hold on, really quick. Let me go get. I really need a drink right now. It's been a stressful day. Don't look at my body. Time to knock back a quote. I think I deserve it, right, guys? I've been waiting a long time to drink one. This live stream has been sponsored by Diet Dr. Pepper. Try some. Wow. What the H? So, check this out. Wow. So, I was at a Walmart. I'm not going to say the location because I'm still in the area. So, I don't want people to be like, hey, man, I like your videos. Now I'm going to rape and kill you. And, man, I was at this Walmart. Get this, man. You ain't gonna believe this nonsense. I'm gonna try to not cuss. I'm not gonna cuss. I don't cuss on this channel, but so okay. So I go into Walmart, right? So if you guys, well, actually, it's all on the channel. Okay, anyways, so I'm going to Walmart because I'm talking about that story of those three weirdos out in Florida that killed those kids, the two girls and the guy. Like the 12-year-old was arrested for the murder. So I go into Walmart and I go in there and I start doing my vlog, right? So I walk in the back of the store and I'm about to start, and then like a bunch of Walmart workers start like coming out of this room. I guess they had a meeting or something. So I'm like, okay, so I wasn't recording yet, right? So I'm waiting for them to all pass me up so I could start recording and talk about the story. So I start recording and I'm like, okay, guys, so today we're going to talk about a triple murder that occurred in the Ocala National Forest or whatever the hell in Florida. And 12-year-old was arrested along with a 17-year-old, 16-year-olds on the run, blah, blah, blah. 3 teenagers were killed. And about 2 minutes into the video, these two teenagers, they're like, oh, hey, are you a vlogger? And I'm like, yeah, what's up? It's always weird how like certain like teenagers will just come up to you if they see you with a camera. Like they're like, who are you? Who are you? It's so weird. So they go, who are you? Like, what do you do? I was like, oh, Lamont on the Run on YouTube. They're like, oh, okay. And I just did like a quick interview. I'm like, oh, like, what do you guys do? They're like, oh, we're TikTokers. I'm like, oh, okay, blah, 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 or whatever. So I talked to them for 2 minutes and then I leave. And then 30 seconds later, this woman comes up to me and says, excuse me, sir, what are you doing? And I turn around and I looked at her and she's wearing a Walmart badge. And her name is not important. Who cares? And I said, is that right? I said, she goes, what are you doing? And I said, I'm talking about a story of a triple murder that occurred in Florida. And I'm talking about it while I'm in Walmart. Duh. And she says, well, you can't be filming here. And I said, would you like me to leave? Because I just can finish the story as I'm leaving Walmart. And I'm recording. I'm still recording as this is all happening. And she didn't say that I had to leave. So I just told her, I said, well, I'm just going to leave. So I turn around and I start leaving. And then this woman starts calling the police on me. And then she starts describing me. She's like, he's wearing a brown hoodie. Well, it's black, but it's faded. And he has gray pants on. And he's talking about, he's like walking around talking about shooting. And I said, oh my, this broad is going to get me shot by the police. Like, did she really have to do that? Like, I really want to start cussing right now, but I'm not. But I'm just thinking to myself, I'm like, did you really seriously have to do that right now? Did you seriously have to say in a 911? She called 911, and she said, he's talking about shooting. I said, and guys, I have to keep my composure because I can't like start, because there's cameras everywhere. There's cameras on me. I can't be like, shut up, you stupid bee, and all this stuff. I'm like, really? So you're gonna call 911 and tell them I'm talking about shooting? What? This broad is trying to get me killed. So I'm like recording her. I'm like, okay. I said I'm leaving, and so I'm walking out of the store, and I'm waiting for these guys. Like I'm like, I said I hope these guys aren't gonna come out with their guns drawn or anything. So I'm walking, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm trying to walk slowly. So I want to get the cops on video because it makes the video good. So I didn't like run out of there. I very slowly walked out of there methodically. And then these other teenagers, they're like 13. They're like, "Hey man, you a vlogger?" And I'm like, "Yeah, Lamont on the road." They're like, "All right, hey man, whatever, blah blah blah." And then just as I get to the exit, perfect timing, the police show up. It's 3 cops. It's one. He's a little bigger than me. The other one was like a little bit bigger than me, and then the other one was like smaller than me. And the cops, they were cool, but I got trespass out of there, and I was slightly rude to one of them. He was a cool guy, but I because how when I don't know if you guys get pulled over for vlogging at Walmart's or whatever, or you get called, the police call on you guys, but I have a rule, and I tell this, like, anytime I'm in this situation, I tell the cops straight up, like, whatever cop talks to me first, that's the one I'm going to talk to. I'm not going to say, like, I'm not going to talk to this cop, and then this cop is asking me questions, and then the other cop. We're not doing that. We're talking to one cop. That's it. One cop asks me all the questions that they need to know. I don't want to hear any questions from any other cop. And so I'm talking to this cop because he's the first one that I encountered. So he's like, "Well, what are you doing?" And I'm filming him, and I got my gimbal, and I'm like, I go to stores and I talk about, like whatever. And I'm talking about a triple murder that happened in Florida. And he goes, "Okay." So this guy probably thinks this is weird. He's like, "What is this guy doing?" So he's like, "Okay." And then the other guy asked me a question, and I told him, I said, "Listen," I said, "I'm not trying to be rude. We're only talking to one cop. That's it. I only want to talk to this guy right here." And he goes, "Well, I'm the training officer. He's in training." I said, "I don't care. I don't care." I said, "We're talking to one cop. That's it. I'm not gonna, you guys aren't gonna try to trip me up, or like, I'm not going for that. I'm too old for that. Go run that stuff on somebody else. Okay, one cop. That's it. Anybody, if you ever get pulled over by the police and they're doing that 2 cop, 3 cop, don't do it. Just talk to one cop. That's it." Because what they're trying to do is they're trying to ask you leading questions to see, like, if you got anything you shouldn't have on you, and I don't. Everything that I have on me, it's legal. Everything I got on me is legal. But we're only talking to one cop. So we talked to them, and he's like, "Well, they want you trespassed. I need your ID." And I'm like, "Do I have to give you my ID?" He's like, "Yeah, it's trespass." And I was like, "All right, that's fine. I'm not trying to do this. I'm not showing you my ID." And I said, "Yeah, sure. So here." So they run my name. They're like, "Oh, CDL driver, Texas," and then they just radio in to see if you have any warrants or whatever, if you're on parole or probation or whatever. So they go back on the radio. That's clear. Nothing. All right, cool. So I walk out of there, and as I'm walking out, I'm like, "Hey, you're not going to tase me from behind anything, are you?" He's like, "No." So we get out of Walmart, and I'm still recording, but I'm like, I said, "Listen," I said, and I did apologize to the one cop with the curly hair. I don't know, dude. This cop, he was a nice guy. He had like a totally, I will say this, he had the most uncop hairstyle I've ever seen. he had like these little curls on his head. I'm like, that is like like he could be a great undercover. No one would ever think a cop would have his hair like with curls shaved in a. It didn't look bad. It just looked odd for a cop. You were like, why would a cop do his hair like that? It's weird. Anyways, who am I to judge? I don't have any hair. So I did apologize to him. I said, listen, I said, don't take it to offense. You know, when I was like, when I said I don't want to talk to you, I said, when I'm dealing with this, I said I only want to talk to one cop. I know you're training him or what have you. I said that's just how I roll. Just talk to one cop. That's it. But now that that's over, I'm not recording. I said no. Listen, I apologize, and you guys will all be on Lamont on the Run sometime soon. And so he wrote down. I gave him my YouTube channels, Lamont at Large, Lamont on the Run. Still giving the other one, but I didn't. And no, they were cool, except for the little one. The little one, dude, this little runt had like he was trying to be too serious. And no offense to anybody watching me, and listen. When I say this, I mean what I say, and I am being a jerk, but I will say it. I don't respect short cops. I just don't. You shouldn't be a cop if you're short. I don't give a crap if you're the toughest SOB on the planet. And this cop wasn't that short. He's probably like 5'8". But like, dude, I don't respect. I'm just no. Like both the other cops, like the one was like 6. He's probably like 6'3". The other one's like 6'1", 6'2". You know what I mean? And I'm like, and then this little guy's like little pipsqueak. I'm like, get out of here, man. And I was like, I told him, and I was like, I said, bro, why are you so serious? Like you act like you're about to come into like an active shooting or something. Like just, I was like, man, relax. Jesus Christ. God. But shout out to those officers. They're just doing their job. It's like I told them. I said, I'm doing my job, and I'm doing, you're doing your job. So anyways. And then one of the cops, because he would, once he started telling people like you do YouTube, then they're like, they don't know what the hell it is, because YouTube is funny. People watch or do or listen to a certain specific thing. YouTube is weird. You either really like it or you really don't. That's really all it is. There's no middle ground. People that are like, yeah, I watch YouTube sometimes. No, you watch YouTube or you don't, unless you're like looking up how to do something. So this guy says, what? He goes, you don't drive a truck anymore? And I said, no. I said, I quit. I told him, I said, I quit to do YouTube, which is not true. I quit washing dishes to do YouTube. And he goes, yeah, I used to work in CDL code enforcement. He goes, I'm surprised you don't drive anymore. I'm like, it's not worth it. It's not worth it to drive. Tara May Scott with a $2 super chat. What's up? I see you, girl. I see you. You look just like what's her face. Are you sisters? You look like freaking You look like what's her face? I haven't talked to her in so long. What's her girl's name? Oh, I forgot her name. God, I haven't talked to her in a minute. What's she up to, anyways? What was that girl? I was in New York. We were doing a live stream. My friend. She lives in Maryland. What the hell's her name? She used to always come on my other channel. She still does. She'll pop her head, and she might even be in here now. She's like, "Oh, you got pulled over by the police." She has that weird Rosie Perez accent. What the hell is her name? I can't believe I forgot her name. Well, we haven't talked in like 3 or 4 months. She's having man problems. She was actually on one of my LAL videos, but she wasn't on the video. She was the one that we went to a statue, and she was acting all nervous and stuff. What is her name? Why don't I know her name? Kel knows her name. What the hell's her name? Now it's gonna bother me. What the hell's her name? Are you in here? If you live in Maryland, thank you. Yeah, Luby. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, calm down. We get it. Anyways. That was funny. Thank you for the super chat again, Tara. Was it Tara May? Was that your name? Tara May? Tara May. Thank you. Okay. So that video, I'm not 100% sure like what to do with it, because like I just uploaded a cop video last week, and then somebody kicked me out of a cemetery, so I kind of did a vlog talking about it. I didn't film them. I should have. From now on, I'm filming everybody. Screw it. Mad Butler with the super chat. It says celebrate the first super chat from Mad Butler. Well, this is your first super chat. Breaking cherry, Mad Butler. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate it. What you got on my cup of coffee? Excuse me. What you got on my vodka? Excuse me. Sorry. The diet soda is bubbling up. Anyways, thank you again, guys. Appreciate it. I hate Texas, and they talk funny, in my opinion. They only talk funny, as you say, in East and West Texas. If you go to the middle cities like Houston, Austin, San Antonio, Dallas, Waco, they don't talk like that. They talk normal. They talk like, well, whatever you want to call, like a Midwestern accent. And because people from California are fricking invading Texas, so this state, I am seeing so many people out here wearing Los Angeles hats. I'm like, wow, you guys have totally invaded Texas. I bet you, I think what's the population of Texas? They say like 18, 19 million. I bet you 1 million people came from California, or at least 500,000. Probably 1 million altogether. Probably 1 million from like the last 20 years. That's a lot. They have, dude, Houston, all Houston is now is a hot and swampy Los Angeles. I mean, that's really what it is, but it's probably like Los Angeles, but not as many gangs. So yeah, let me take this stupid sweater, this faded hoodie. So right now I'm in the DFW Metroplex, somewhere in the location unknown, of course. And I came up here. Today I was in College Station, and it was raining all day, and I really couldn't do a vlog. I still have to go back down to Huntsville to finish up my video, and so I'll probably go back down there maybe in a week. It depends. So I'm in College Station. I wanted to go vlog George H.W. Bush's grave, but it's like rainy and stuff. I don't like vlogging when it's raining because I don't want to get my camera wet or what have you. So I was gonna go to Austin, chill out for the rest of the day, and then try to group my stories tomorrow. And then I seen a van, this whole nonsense again with this van. I see a van for sale in Dallas. So I called the guy, and so I'm gonna go look at it tomorrow. So I drove from I basically drove from when did I see the van? Oh, when I was in Smithville. So I went to do a vlog really quick of I went to the grave of DJ Screw. I don't know if you guys remember who that was. He was a very popular DJ in the 90s. He was the one that if you would listen to R&B or rap music, he would be the one to like remix it where it'd be like talk like slow it down or whatever. That's what they would call it, chopped and screwed. And so I wasn't into his music, honestly, to tell you the truth. I didn't like his remixes because I just didn't care for it. But I know a lot of people liked them, and I like the fact that this guy definitely was he was somewhat of a pioneer when it came to music, and he definitely he helped Texas, and I'm serious, he really helped Texas get on the map in rap and hip hop. So he was definitely a Texas legend. So I went to the cemetery where he's buried at. So that video will be up on Fascinating Graveyard. So I went there real quick. It's cool. He has a cool little grave. He died of a codeine overdose, drugs. So I did that. He's buried in a really weird cemetery. It's not a private cemetery, but there's like 3 gates. It's on this weird property. It's kind of like off the side of the road. It's not easy. I mean, it's easy to get to, but it's a little weird. So I did that, and then that's about the time I seen this van, and I called him, and I was like, no, that was no, I seen the van before. I think I seen the van when I was in College Station. So I called him when I was on the way. I was like, yo, bro, I'm gonna come see that van. He's like, yeah, cool. So I think the only reason why he has that van still is because it's overpriced. Yeah, I had asked him. I said, that, has anybody came to look at the van? He's like, nope. And I was like, because it's overpriced. But I'm desperate, so I'll overpay for it. Whatever. I'm gonna go see it tomorrow. If it runs good, I'm just gonna get it. I am desperate. I need a van. I need to get out of here. I need to get out of here. I want to be out of Texas before it gets hot. Okay, so I'll be in the Dallas Fort Worth area for the next week. I'm actually probably even if I do buy the van, I'm gonna put it in storage. If I do buy, I don't know. I don't even want to talk about it anymore. Every time it seems like I'm talking about buying a van, it disappears or whatever. I might go up to Oklahoma for a little bit. There's a vlog I wanted to finish, not finish. I didn't even start it over in Lawton. So okay, so check this out. Now, as you guys are well aware, by the way, who's all in here? Gone with the Kale, putting my Cash App up. Thank you. Jack Slacks checking in. The Rebellious Sheep, 29 million in Texas. I'm sure 3 million of them are people from California. Thank you for the info. Cindy Fields, what's going on, my dear? How are we doing with the $2 super chat? Thank you very, very much. Hope everything is going good. I should be in your neck of the woods. If I'm thinking maybe we'll see. Sometime if I don't go west, sometime maybe July or something like that, June, July-ish. The 13 Corrine is out there. What's up? The One Tech Guy with the $10 super chat. The One Tech Guy. Is that a YouTube channel? The One Tech Guy? Are you promoting your channel? The One Tech Guy with the $10 super chat. Thank you very much, One Tech Guy. Appreciate the support, brother. One Tech Guy. And Troll Hunters in the building. And Nolan, of course. Which restaurant makes the best burgers? Las Vegas, Hamburger Hut. Hamburger Hut in Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm pretty sure there's a better hamburger out there. But if right now, if I could eat any hamburger right now, I want a hamburger from Hamburger Hut in Las Vegas. It is the weirdest. It's like it's a hamburger stand inside of a liquor store. That's what it is. It's a weird place. I when I was driving a taxi, check this out. How I found that place, because I would pass it because it was on Cheyenne, but I never really go to Cheyenne. That's like the street where I got robbed, so I didn't really like hang out in that area. And so check this out. So I have somebody in my cab, and we're just BSing, and we're just like talking about whatever, and we're talking about how like Las Vegas is growing and like everything's expensive. And I had just took out this chick, right? I wasn't dating her; I just knew her. So I said, so we made plans to meet up, and this chick took me to like horrible restaurants, and she says, hey, do you want to go to Bocce Burger? And I'm like, all right, cool. So we go to Bocce Burger. I ordered 2 hamburgers, French fries for us to share, and like two Cokes. $44, and this was in 2013 or no 2004. Oh, I think I knew her longer than I thought I did. I didn't know that, brother. Well, I met her in 2012. I don't know, 2012 or 2013 or something like that. 44 frick. That was before the tip. I was like, what the hell? Now the hamburger was good, but not for $44. So I was telling this guy this story, and he said, dude, you should have gone to Hamburger Hut. I said, tell me more. And he said Hamburger Hut is over on Cheyenne. He said the hamburger's like it's like $7. They're real good. They're the best burgers in town. I said, all right, I'll go check it out. I went there after I dropped them off. I went there like the next day, and it was good. I was like, all right, this is good. Now, like I said, there might be a better hamburger somewhere else, but I can't think of it. You know what was a good hamburger? Like a good hamburger that I had not too long ago was I was with Chef and his wife. We had went to the casino, and we went to the sports bar in the casino. That hamburger was good. And I know people are like, every time you do a food review, you always trash the food. Yeah, because it's always garbage. Like, I tell you what, like somebody just commented today, they're like, man, why don't you ever like do a review where like the food is good? I let me tell you something. I was so angry at myself for doing this. I'm in Gary, Indiana. Eating away, not on a diet, don't care what I eat. I go to so I'm on Gary in the Gary, I think it's Broadway Boulevard, it's like the main drag right there. And I go to this King Euro. It's called King Euro. So I go there, I get a euro plate. So, whatever, it's $20. It's not $20. With the soda, everything, it's like $17. I go in my car and I started eating it. So I'm like this. And I'm not recording, I'm not doing a vid. And I said, oh my God, this is the best Euro I've had since Papa Cristo's in Los Angeles. And I was so mad at myself for not vlogging it. I said, oh my God. I said, I can't do the vlog now because, like, oh my God. I was like, their food was so good. I went back there and I ordered another plate because it was one for lunch, one for dinner. It was the meat was perfectly cooked. It was a good portion. Believe it or not, I know I'm fat, but I like perfect portions. I don't want to like overeat, but I don't want chintzy portions either. It was a perfect amount of everything. It was very, if anybody's from Los Angeles, I promise you, I don't care what anybody tells you. I don't care what part of Compton you're from. I don't care Long Beach or Alhambra or whatever. Go to Papa Cristo's. I hope he's still alive. I've been going to Papa Cristo's. My mom has been taking me to Papa Cristo's ever since I was a little boy. I'm like 6, 7 years old. And it was so funny because I remember, because Papa Cristo's really small dude. I remember one time when we wouldn't go there all the time, but occasionally. I remember the first time I seen him when I outgrew him. I was like 10 or 11, and I was taller than him, and I was like I wanted to say something stupid, but I wanted to say like, I'm taller than you now. I didn't say anything. But Papa Cristo's has their pastrami is very, very good too. It's a little Greek restaurant. It's on Pico in Normandy. I'm telling you guys, if you live in LA, if you're visiting LA, go to Papa Cristo's. I ain't gonna lie, their food is pricey for a Euro place. I'm sure they're a Euro plate 20 years ago was like $12-13. So imagine how much it costs now. It's well worth it. He gives you plenty of portions and it is good. The only knock I have on that place, it's the only bad thing, is if you eat there, it's always hot in there because they got that damn grill oven. It's like really close to the counter. I feel bad for those people working there. Woo-wee. I don't even think they've turned on the AC. It's so hot in there. Man, if you go eat in there, you're going to be sweat. It is hot in there. Other than that, I want to say, for Greek, for Euros, it's pastrami. Screw like Jerry's Deli and all that, and Nate's and Al's and Canter's. Screw them. Go to Papa Cristo's, and if you want the best Chinese food, I don't think they're there anymore. If you want the best Chinese food in Los Angeles that I've ever had, and I know why it's so good, because they put MSG in their food. I can tell. I used to work at a Chinese food place. I know it. I can tell what food has MSG in it. Their food, the best, 8th and Alvarado. It's next to that Santa Muerte place. It's like a devil worshipping weirdo place. I'm actually going to do a Lamont at Large vlog about it when I go over there. If they'll let me film. You probably have to pay them, like give them money or whatever. But Santa Muerte, it's a really weird, like voodoo Mexican religion. that like they pray to like dead spirits, and a lot of like the narco cartel guys, they all worship that weirdo skeleton Hail Mary person thing. The second place, the second best Chinese food, and it's a close second. I would say it's probably the best. The same street, 8th Street, but just go down to Normandy. That's right next to a laundromat. This little dumpy Chinese place. They're a little dumpy Chinese place. The food is just a close second. It's really good. Oh, what other places are good to eat in? I mean, I will say this: as much as I dislike Los Angeles, I will say this: it is the best. It is the best food city I've ever been to. Yeah, you're gonna find all like the good restaurants. The best is in Los Angeles. Uh, People might say New York, might say New York. I don't go. Listen, New York. Let me tell you, I don't like hanging around New York too much because simply for the fact there's nowhere to park. Next time I go to the East Coast, when I go to New York, I will have a scooter with me. That's the only way I'm going to be in that area. You know, I'm going to have to figure out like how to do it. But normally what I would do is I would just park in New Jersey and then to get on my scooter and then ride through the tunnel and then we're fine. Because you can't park anywhere. It's hard to park anywhere, but it's too loud. There's too many people. I mean, yeah, I know there's a lot of stories there and stuff like that. And trust me, there will be a time, and I don't know when, where I will not move to New York, but I wouldn't mind staying there for a couple months and just doing as many mafia stories. I want to start doing like vlogs, like showing where like mafia murders happen. You know, I've always been interested in like gangs and the mob and the mafia, stuff like that. So we'll see what happens. But that's your answer about the best hamburgers. Nicest thing I saw, a bunch of pigeons must say, did I get all my windshield washed at every stoplight in Dallas? They wash your windows at the stoplight in Dallas. I've never seen them. I don't know where the heck you were. They do that crap in New Orleans. They're so annoying. Can you keep it down, buddy? Can you keep it down, Mr. Caesar's Pizza delivery guy? Thank you very good. Carol 7, thank you very much. Yeah, hopefully I will too. Anyways, Melanie Sposio. Speaking of the mafia, that's an Italian mafioso name, Sposio. Hey, Sposio. Listen, this guy Vernetti, he needs to go. I want him whacked over here. I want him whacked. Miss Wooten is checking in. What's up? Yeah. So, anyways, what else are we talking about? Oh, this is what I was going to start talking about. So there was now. Listen, guys. You know, we all know that. Excuse me. I need to take a drink. My throat's getting a little parched. Sorry. Excuse me. Sorry. I wonder if I've lost weight. I'm not gonna lie. I've been doing okay on like not eating fast food. So I've just basically cut out fast food, and I haven't drank. I haven't drank in like almost 2 months, which, you know, whatever. I'm trying to think to myself. I don't know if I want to say to myself, I'm not going to drink any alcohol until I'm 235 pounds or under. I don't know, but I got a long way to go to get back to 235. I'm not going to lie. Looking bad, kids. Looking bad. I tell you what, though, right now, slowly but surely, I'm trying to get back into shape. That's not the shape of a ball. And starting not May 1st, but yeah, probably May 1st. As long as I have everything ready to go and I'm out of here May 1st, I am going to try to do. I'm gonna try to like work really hard in terms of getting this weight off to where I'm closer to I guess I'll give by the time I turn 44, I hope to be around my normal weight back again. It's gonna take some time, kids. So I'm not gonna try to rush it, but I want this weight off. No, I haven't been going to the gym the last few days, but I'm over there. Anyways, enough about that. So I wanted to talk about this idea that I had for my other channel. Um, I had discussed it before. Now, as you guys know, in YouTube, you get paid not on the amount of subscribers you have, but you get paid on the views. And some videos I try to get views, I do it for the views. Other videos, no. It just depends on how far I'm willing to go and work on it, whatever. So I had this great idea, and I'm not gonna lie, it's very clickbait. It's very clickbaity. But and the only reason why I haven't done it yet is because every time I think about it, I'm just like, dude, I'm so cringy with this. But I think it's a cringy good way to get new subscribers, because the channel is just, to me, the channel hasn't grown. It's just been stagnant to me. It's been stagnant for a year, more than that, more than a year. That's just me. Maybe it's not true. I don't know. So I was thinking, I wanted to start vlogging. How, like, if you look at other, well, I don't really consider myself true crime YouTuber, but I am in that genre. And there's always competition when it comes to true crime YouTubers. I'm sure they're always like trying to outdo the next whatever. So I wanted to start doing like videos, but specifically videos that they've already done. And then I would just kind of do it like my way. I've talked about this before. Every time I start looking at these true crime YouTubers, and it's because it's like I have to go to the location, so I just can't do any video. And like every time I look at their stories, because practically all of their stories, I already know all of them. I've never watched one of their videos and I'm like, I've never heard of this. Like, I kind of skip through the video to listen to a name, and then like I'll look it up and I'm like, yeah, I already know that story. Like they've never done a story. I'm sure they have. I just don't really remember. But normally when I watch their videos, I'm like, yeah, I kind of know that story already, blah, blah, blah. So, but I wanted to do it in my way. And every time I keep thinking about doing those, I'm like, dude, that is so cringy. I'm like, dude, why are you doing that? That is so cringy. But I just think I think it's funny. I think it's funny to just say like, oh, hey, Lamont at Large, I'm here. And today we're going to do a video that, Bailey Sarian has already done. Whatever. Man, let me tell you something. You put Queen Bailey in the thumbnail, that's going to get views. That's going to get views. I occasionally will put her on as white noise if I'm like doing something. She's the only true crime YouTuber that I give. She's the only one that I'm like, I know why she has that many subscribers. I will give her that. Trust me. I wanted to hate on her. I wanted to start like bashing her and like, doing like Lamont on the Run videos, like just like bashing her, just being a jerk or whatever, kind of like with what's her face, what's the fake broad, Christina Randall. But honestly, she is good. She's a good storyteller. Yeah, she overly edits her videos. Okay, that's fine. That's what everybody does. And she doesn't come across as fake or now people might say that she comes across as insincere, but that's what she does. That's that's who she is. So I don't take any offense to it. Like, oh, true crime YouTubers, you're getting this, it's like, whatever, dude. Okay, all right. But anyways, I am going to do at least 2 videos. I'm going to do 2. I will do 2 videos. I just have to find a story already. But one of those YouTubers will have a very small channel. So I'm going to look for a true crime YouTuber that has a very small channel. I'm talking about like maybe less than 5,000 subscribers. And then I will start with them, and then I will build it up from there. But of course, I have to be at the location of the story that they're talking about. And it can't be a story that I already have planned on doing. So it can't be a story like the Lake Waco murders. Like I already have that planned out. It can't be like the Servant Girl Annihilator. I already planning on doing that. It can't be, well, they talked about the girl who was the babysitter from Oklahoma that murdered those two little girls. I'm gonna put that in the Faces in Death. So I'm not gonna do that vlog, but maybe I will. If I can find the location, the exact location of the abandoned house where they were found, I'll do it. But I'd rather just put that in the Faces in Death because I'm trying to start getting back to doing those regularly. Regularly being maybe one every other week. So other than that, and then I would build myself up to, hey, Kale, do you think I should do Kimberlia or no? Do you think I should? I think I don't know. I was thinking about it. I'm like, she would actually be a very, because she has that face. Her face is so like distinct. She would be a good thumbnail. She has a very distinctive face. But I don't know if I would do her because I've had a slight interaction with her. She used some of my video I did on a vlog on her video, so I don't, it wouldn't be like I'm slamming her or anything like that. So I don't know. You're on, Miss Fields. You're on. Sean White, what's up? You should go check it out. Hamburger Hut. Rascal's in the building. With the $2 super chat. Yeah, bro. I'll be on there like maybe tomorrow, dude. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe. I gotta go find my Bluetooth. Yeah, but maybe I'll have somebody call in. Maybe we'll have a special guest or something. Yeah, I haven't been on that there in a while, man. I was gonna go on there tonight, man. I just, I didn't feel like it. I don't know. And then I'm surprised that I'm live now because, dude, I've been like tired, like not that I wake up around, I don't know. It depends on if I got something to do. If I got something to do, like I really want to get up and get going, I'll wake up at like 8:30, maybe 8 o'clock. I try not to wake up at 8 o'clock. I like 8:30 better. But if I don't set an alarm, I wake up at like 9 o'clock, 9:30. And I don't know, that I've just been tired, like not really wanting to do much or whatever. So I might do it when I get out there. Trust me, trust and believe. I got a lot of personal like Vegas stories, not a lot, but some that I'm gonna put on either OTR or AL. Yeah, I'm gonna do a vlog about where I got robbed, where I almost got my friggin' head blown off. You need to leave Texas and come to Missouri. Yeah, I'll be up in Missouri if I can buy. I mean, I don't want to go too far north until I get a rig together. But I'm probably just, I'm gonna float. I think for the next week or two, or 3 or whatever. Even if I don't get the van, I'm just gonna float between, because I don't want to go back down there, but I need to go back down to Houston because there is one video that I did not do because I forgot, and I'm really pissed off at myself for not doing it. So I got to go back down there, and I got to do that video. And what else do I got to do? Houston. There's 2 stories I got pissed off at myself for not doing. So I'm going to try to go to Houston one more time before I leave. And I want to go to Austin. There was a grave that I wanted to visit. I'm actually thinking about putting that one on Lamont at Large. Just because, well, I don't know. I got to think about it. I don't know. But there's another story there that Kel found that's pretty interesting. So I might want to go do that as well. And then yeah, for the next month or so, man, I want to, as soon as I get my rig in order, I want to get back to uploading 4 times a week. Right now I'm uploading 3 times a week. I'm not gonna lie, the Le Mans on the Run, it does take a little bit of time away from the other stuff. So I don't know if I'll have to relax on that channel and just and then just take go back to 4 videos a week on Le Mans at large, or relax off of Fascinating Graveyard. I don't freaking know. Whatever I decide, I'm not really sure. I guess we'll see. But I want to go down uh, back south to clean up some videos that I want before it starts getting too hot. Because once May comes, like the second week of May, man, Texas is done, dude. It starts getting hot. And then once it starts getting like 93, 94, that's when I leave. Like, I will leave, and if it's 93, 94 degrees, I will go north if I can, if I can help it. Now if I'm in Ohio and it's 90 degrees, oh well, that's basically about as north as you can get unless you want to go into Michigan. The one good thing I do like about Michigan is that no matter how, and I could be wrong because I haven't stayed in Michigan long enough, I will give credit to Michigan. Michigan, I used to not like it because I don't like how it's so annexed. Like, you gotta go to go to Michigan, you gotta go into Michigan, and you can't just like drive east or west because it's surrounded by lakes. So I never really loved going to Michigan, but I will say that no matter how hot it'll be in Michigan at night, I have never been there once where nighttime was hot. Never. It's always been nice and cool at night. Like, I've been in Michigan when it was 95, 93 degrees humid, and then at night it cooled down like in the 60s. So, I could always, if it's too hot in Ohio, I could always go on over to Michigan. But Ohio, yeah, man. Sometimes when it's like hot, like 92, 93 degrees, yeah, sometimes it'll be a little bit warm at night, a little bit uncomfortable. That's why you got to turn on the fan or whatever. Turn on the old fan. Jasmine Polanco. Well, thank you very much, my dear Miss Polanco. I want to say that word one more time. Polanco is in the building. Angela Cooper's Donuts in downtown Los Angeles. Best donuts. Closed down many years ago. Denise Storey and Guinea. You have been to Westmoreland many times. That's where I got robbed. On Westmoreland and Olympic by the MS-13 gang. That'll be a story time. See, I got so many story times for Le Mans on the Run. Yeah, I could talk about when I got robbed by those freaking MS-13 jackrabbits. Ugh, stupid. Anyways, what are you gonna do? Blah blah blah. Loved the video of the old lady who was a con artist and she died in prison. I kind of felt bad for her. I'm not gonna lie. I felt bad for her, because I'm just like, how sad that you spent the last remaining years of your life in prison. Now it's one thing if it's a convicted murderer, then yeah, that's what you get. But something so that sometimes, man, I listen, I gotta get something to drink, and my throat. Where's my sometimes when people be getting arrested for like these crimes, like hiring a hitman, I'm like, I keep thinking to myself, yeah, she was serious about hiring a hitman to kill him, right? But would she have actually gone through with it if she got out of jail? I mean, who knows? I don't know. I felt a little bad for her. But that lady was crazy. She's just nuts. She lives her life just, stealing from people, ripping people off. I mean, you choose that life, You choose that life. Anyways. Blah, blah, blah. I discovered your channel because of the Burger Chef video you did in Indianapolis. That's a mess up story. Well, thank you very much. And listen, that video, I got really angry at that video because I didn't go to anybody's graves. Listen, I had no idea that video was gonna get any views. I had no clue. I just went to the location. I was just like, yeah, I'm here. This is where it happened. They're closed down now. That's it. And I left. And then I'm like, wow, that video got like 300,000 views. I was like, what? I was like, man, I really, really should have gone to at least one of their graves. I feel bad. Well, I'll probably put up on FG. I'll be back in Indianapolis. As soon as I get things taken care of here, I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I am going to South Dakota. That is my first goal, to get to South Dakota. After that, I don't know where I'm going. I don't know if I'm going to go east or west. I have no idea. But I'll be up in South Dakota hopefully by May or June. And then if I decide to go east, we'll see. I don't know. Like, I was telling myself, I really wanted to take a trip outside the country. And and I'm already resigned to the fact that I'm going to go by myself. I just don't know where I want to go or when. I don't know if I want to go during the summer. And I was actually talking to this girl who lives in South Africa, like, I don't know, I guess like half of the year. Like, like she'll come here for like 6 months. She'll go there for 6 months. She'll come back. And I never looked at South Africa to visit, but I was like reading some of the crime statistics. South Africa is bad. That place is really bad. Like, they're on par with us. So I'll have all kinds of decent vlogs. I could go to South Africa for a month or two and, maybe take some flights into like Kenya or Zimbabwe or Mozambique or whatever the hell. I don't know, either that or United Kingdom. I don't know. I definitely want to plan something. I want to start planning to do something in June or July. I didn't want my first trip outside of the country to be like this huge, like, jump across the ocean. Like, I wanted to just say, like, all right, man, like, maybe I'll fly down to Venezuela, but I don't know anybody down there. If I knew somebody in Venezuela, they'd be like, yeah, man, I'll show you around. I'm like, all right, cool. I don't know anybody there. So I'm just like, am I going to take a 20-hour plane trip by myself? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Anyways. Do you want to be cremated or buried? I don't know. Every time I think about the whole end result, I'm just like, ugh. I really don't know. It's not like I like to think about like my own impending death, but I guess if I had to choose, I guess I would say like a natural burial in a secret location. I don't want anybody doing any videos about my grave so they can get a bunch of views. Screw them. I'm gonna be buried in secret. Or how about I get cremated and put my ashes in a bowling pin, and then just throw the bowling pin like higher, like a ship, like out in like the middle of the Pacific, and just throw it overboard and see if anybody ever finds it, or something like that. I don't know, something stupid or something silly, or something funny. Kenosha 3-point shooter with the $1.99. Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate it. Yeah, bro, you have to have patience because I'm not trying to go to jail. That's the one thing. I'm not trying to push it to the point where I'm like going to jail or getting tased. I don't want none of that. I'm too busy to be dealing with nonsense. I'm too busy. I can't just be, like, oh yeah, maybe, not trying to do all that. Yeah, and there's other things I want to start doing, like the other videos I want to start doing on this channel. I gotta stop being lazy and start experimenting. I want to start doing like hood videos where I like drive in the hood, like driving a bad neighborhood or something, like doing like some kind of something. I don't know. Gotta switch things up. We'll see. I don't know. Too Tall Rob Live is in the building. Papa Cristo's is it's not a chain. It's a restaurant in Los Angeles. It's just a little Greek restaurant, and they got like a little store. Yeah, it's really awesome. It's a really, really awesome place. Cute tattoo girl, long time no see. What is going on? we doing today? If you want to try something different, try Antojitos Honduranos Gloria in South Central on Vermont. Cash only, so yummy Honduran food. Antojitos Honduranos Hondurenos Honduernos. I don't know what that is. Say that. South Central on Vermont. Yeah, I don't know if I want to hang out in South Central on Vermont. I mean, lots of great stories on gangs. You know, if you're doing gang videos, that is, listen, if you want to go to South Central on Vermont and you want to go look at hookers or gangs, go right there with your camera and go make $1 million. That place is just nothing but constant content over there. I don't know when I'm going to go back to Los Angeles. I have no idea. I will know. I will know what I'm going to do in July. I think that's when I'll know. I'll figure it out what I'm going to do. I think July. July, it's all gonna. It'll all hit me. July. And then maybe I'll be ready to take a little vacation. I don't know, maybe sometime in August or something. Maybe I'll go somewhere. Who knows? Who knows? Charla Pettis with the dollar super chat. Well, thank you very much. Is it Charla or Charlotte? Charlotte Pettis. Are you related to the UFC fighter Anthony Pettis? Who knows? But thank you again. I appreciate it. Oh, I'm doing fine. I'm just hanging out with you guys tonight. You heard the mafia of Mob was in Rock Springs, Wyoming back in the 70s and 80s? I'll have to look that up, NF-Mom. Wilma Burr-Gooch. The Gooch is in the building with the $5 super chat. Thank you very much, Wilma. Got plenty of Gooches. I see a lot of that name in Wisconsin at cemeteries. So yeah. Anyways, what else are we talking about? Let me see. Well, I was talking about, when I was in the Walmart, when I was when I was had the cops calling me, I was talking about the 12-year-old that was arrested for murder in Florida. And there's really not much to the story because it's just happening. This 12-year-old and a 17-year-old were arrested for the 3 teenagers that were found dead. They were found like days apart. So people were thinking that there was a serial killer on the loose in Florida. And come to find out, it's these little weird little dumb kids. And one of them was 12 years old. They called him, his little gang name is 35 or 35. I don't know what the heck that means. And guys, I don't want you to think like the 12-year-old was just there. No, the 12-year-old actually killed one of them because he admitted it. He killed, I don't know which one he killed, but he killed one of them. And there's the 16-year-old Trash Brewster, Bruton or something like that. He's still on the run. So, and I think one of them was arrested. He was already in juvenile hall because I think he got arrested for getting into a fight at school. Don't quote me on that because I don't know. But that's why I wanted to make Lamont on the Run, because there's so many stories that I want to talk about. And and listen, it's not jealousy, but it's annoying that these true crime YouTubers get to talk about like the latest and the greatest stuff that is, being circulated all over social media. And then I'm just like, well, I'm 2,000 miles away, so I guess I can't talk about it. I'm just like, well, screw that. What if I want to talk about it? And I did. And I got the cops called on me. What the H? Ugh, stupid. Yeah, Texas is not the state that I once loved. It is definitely changing here. That is for sure. I don't know. And it's not for the good either. I want to go to greener pastures. Yeah, Texas is just not the business. I like Oklahoma better. At first, I didn't. I remember the first time I went to Oklahoma, I didn't like it. And then I remember when I was driving through this small town, I was like looking around. I was like, it ain't that bad out here. I'm like, yeah, it's a little dusty and windy, and there's tornadoes and stuff like that. But what I was reading was so funny. Not to get into this subject, but I have to say this. So I was reading an article online that people, I don't know who these people are, but there's people, I guess, politicians or business leaders in Oklahoma are worried about the fact that they can't seem to attract certain types of people to move to Oklahoma. Like, for instance, like people with businesses, people with, you know, whatever, just businesses in general, that they feel that Oklahoma is not inviting enough for certain people. We all know what we're talking about right here, right? Certain people. And I'm reading this article, and they were saying, yeah, there's so many Christians in churches, and then you got the crosses when you go over there, and you got people with their Bibles and their guns. Basically, all the article was, and this is what it's really come down to now. This is really a culture war. It's come down to the fact that people need to know what you like to do behind the bedroom door, and this act, this kink, this sexual kink, because that's what it is, needs to be shoved in people's faces so that you can feel invited. That's all the article was getting at. That's all. So I have to acknowledge your sexual kink, and I have to approve of it, and we have to throw you guys parades, and children need to be forced to watch this. How about you just leave Oklahoma the hell alone? Because when you start talking about attracting like businesses and creative types, what you're gonna end up doing, there's two sides to this story, and this has happened to Texas, and it's destroyed California in a sense. You say like, oh, how do we bring businesses here? How do we bring jobs here? How do we do this? How do we do that? Well, you start doing that, and next thing you know, your rent goes up. And sure, yeah, 5,000 new jobs came to the area, and then these landlords are like, well, some of them they get a little greedy and they raise the rent, and others, they get their land taxes raised. Well, now your property's worth, $650,000 now because Amazon moved in your backyard. Oh, okay, cool. And the next thing you know, you got to raise the rent of the workers. And yeah, and next thing you know, you got weirdo parades, and you got a guy taking sexual implements and beating his face with it. It just gets kind of weird. So I thought the article was really stupid. I think Oklahoma is fine the way it is. I don't think Oklahoma needs to attract weirdos. I think Oklahoma's fine the way it is. Their economy is fine. There's plenty of jobs. There's plenty of work. If there's no work where you live, consider moving. Okay. Some small towns, there's no jobs. I mean, there might be McDonald's, O'Reilly Auto Parts. There might be a factory, maybe. But sometimes you got to drive 50. If you live in places like Oklahoma, if you live in places like Wyoming, if you live in places, kind of, like Wisconsin. If sometimes you have to drive 20 miles to go to work. That's just it. And then when you get these yahoos that start talking about, oh, we need to bring in bright minds and the creative types. And you know what that means? Yeah, do you know what that means? What good does that do your state? I don't understand. What's wrong with Oklahoma? So some people like Oklahoma the way it is. Oklahoma doesn't need, listen, if an employer doesn't want to go to Oklahoma because they feel that people won't accept half of 1% of their workforce, boo-hoo. Oh, so you don't get to shove it in people's faces what you like to do? Oh, well, hey. Last time I checked, guys, check this out. Last time I checked, and I'm not supposed to be talking about this stuff on the channel, but listen, last time I checked, gays aren't going around getting beat up. What was the last time what was the last time you heard a story about a gay person getting beat up and getting murdered because they're a gay? Matthew Shepard, the one guy that dressed up like the girl in L.A. That was what, 25 years ago. How long ago was Matthew Shepard? 1998, 1999. Am I not hearing stories about people that are getting beat up because they're gay? Nobody cares if you're gay. Is anybody like, oh my God, you're going to kill you? No, nobody's doing that. And you got some of these people that are trying to, with that Nashville shooter, they're trying to like say, oh, people are getting killed. There's transgender people because they're transgender, they're getting attacked. You know why they're getting attacked? Because most of them are involved in illicit sexual crimes like prostitution and drug dealing. The only trans or transsexuals, whatever you want to call it, the only ones that are getting killed, they're mostly getting killed because they're involved in nefarious activities. Nobody wants to talk about that. Oh, this trans person was killed. Yeah, because they were a prostitute. And they accepted the fact that they live a very dangerous life. All of these people live very, very dangerous lives. But the media does not want to talk about that. You got to look up their criminal record. Or look at what they did. Like, what would they do for work? You think somebody just came out and killed them for no reason? No. It doesn't work that way. Anyways, let's talk about something else. I'll save that for another day. Clip it. Can you clip that? Sorry, I just get a little bit of a rant out. You're finally getting a Planet Fitness in Northern Arizona. It's about damn time. Miss Wooten. Anyways, I don't normally like to. Politics to me is really boring, but the culture war is not boring. And I guess it has often been politicized. But to me, it's not about politics, it's about culture. I don't know, just how come things can't stay the same? Why do things always have to change? Listen, I guess I'm just one of those old fuddy-duddies. Like, I like things to remain the same. I don't like change. I don't like new things. I don't. This is who I don't like new things. I like trying new things, like for myself, for other things or whatever. But like for like my environment, no, I like my environment to stay the same. Like when I moved to Las Vegas in 2000, Las Vegas was a cool town. Not anymore. The Californication of Las Vegas, it probably started with that place during the housing market, inflated bubble thing back in like, I want to say 06, 07 is when it started getting messed up. When you started getting a flood of people moving from California. Like Las Vegas used to be cool. Now it's just an overpriced dump. But I will say this, anybody, if you don't live in this country or you live in the country but you've never been to Las Vegas, I have always said Las Vegas definitely in the top 3 cities you need to visit in the States. New York, Las Vegas, and the third one, it's always a toss-up. Me personally, I guess Los Angeles, just because, see how they had New York, LA, Las Vegas. That's really the main 3 cities. Everywhere else is like whatever. You know what I mean? You can go see, you can go to Chicago. Chicago's a great city as long as you stay away from the south and west sides. And you go to Seattle. Seattle is what's a dump now, so I forgot. San Diego, it's cool. San Francisco. I would never tell anybody to come visit Texas just because it's really not a touristy state. I love Texas, don't get me wrong, but there's really no reason to come here on a vacation. Like you never hear anybody say, I'm going to Texas for a vacation. That's not a thing. Unless you're going to Galveston, even then it's like, it's hot, it's humid. Yeah, the beach is nice, but it's hot and humid. It's like, I don't know. Galveston is probably, I would say Galveston is I mean, it might. I don't know. I mean, I like Galveston. I don't like Houston, but I like Galveston, and I just like the smaller Texas towns. I don't like the big city. I mean, Dallas is like whatever. Austin's whatever. Houston's a dump. San Antonio's whatever. I don't know. I think Houston's the only dump in Texas, really. I think as long as you avoid Houston, you're fine everywhere else. Houston is like Houston reminds me of if somebody took a dump in Louisiana and put it in Texas. That's Houston. Yeah, just stay away from that place. You're fine in Dallas. You're fine in Austin. Austin sucks because of how small it is, but yet how overly grown it's become. It's not easy getting around Austin. It's just annoying as all get out. Thank you very much, Miss Patrick. I'm severely overweight. It's all in my gut, but slowly but surely, I'm going to try. I think by the end of the year, you know what? I'd like to be under 200. I'd like to be at 205. That's a weight that I've been really trying to get at, but it just seems like I just kind of lose steam. Like after I get under 230, I'm just kind of like I just lose steam. So it's like I need to get it in gear that 230 is bad and just kind of rein it in or whatever. So I don't know. Blah blah blah. What else are we talking about? Let's see. What else have I read in the news that I thought was an interesting story? I'm trying to think. Did anything happen in? Did something happen in Houston? Oh yeah, I'll put up the video tomorrow on Lamont at Large. It's just a quick little video. This family had a food truck, like it was like in the south part of Houston, and the family they sell like I don't know, it's like regular food, like I don't know, like chicken, French fries, wings, whatever. And this guy comes up to the trailer and says, "Hey, can I see a menu? Like, what kind of food do you guys have?" And they go get their menu to give to him. This guy pulls out a gun and sticks it right in the window of the trailer. He's like, "Give me your money." And the kid, the son, he like slams the door shut, and he opens the door, and he sticks the gun, and this dude like pulls the trigger, and I guess the gun jammed, and the woman, she had a gun, she pulls out a gun and just boom 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 like lights him up, and the lucky guy, he stumbles about, I don't know, like 40 feet away from the trailer and just dies right there. It wasn't much of a story. I just wanted to go down there to try their food because I'm kind of morbid like that. You know what I mean? Like I go down there and I just wanted to see if their food was any good. I just wanted to see if their food is worth dying over. So I go down there and the trailer's not there. So I just said, well, since I'm here and it's, I haven't really been producing videos like I should, I said, just let me do a quick video. So I did. So that video will be up tomorrow, but it's only a little 6-minute video. But I have another video that I'm coming out that I thought it was really nice. Leah Renee with the $9.99. Yeah, Booth Heel, Missouri. Booth Heel, Missouri. Never heard of that place. Booth Heel. Let's go look that place up. Where's my phone? Where is my phone? I have many phones, but where is one? I hate using the iPhone to do anything. I will say this: I like the iPhone to like look up stories, but okay, let's look it up. I don't like using the iPhone. All right, Booth Heel, Missouri. I've never heard of this place. It's a region in Pemiscot County. Okay, where is it? It is composed of the counties of Dunklin, New Madrid, and Pemiscot. However, the term is locally used to refer to the entire the entire southeastern lowlands of Missouri. So it looks like it is on the, okay, so it's an area. So it's like it looks like it's the southern eastern edge of Missouri. That looks like it's right by, well, it is. That's Arkansas right there, right? Huh. Is that anywhere near Newport, Arkansas? I got a story. Oh, and portions of Cape Girardeau. Okay. Yeah, I was just there last summer. I got to go to Cairo, Illinois. I got to do a video about Cairo. That place is so damn weird. I don't know if I'll do a dark side of Cairo, but yeah, that. There's a lot of like abandoned buildings and blah blah blah. Mothman 46 is in the building. Dean Coral. Yeah, dude. I got a picture on my Patreon, dude. Do you want a picture of his naked corpse by any chance? I'm gonna put it up on my Patreon. If you want me to send it to you, I will. Dean Coral, dude. The story is just like, I don't know. I mean, I want to do it, but like, dude, man, dude, imagine, dude, being in a swamp for 2 weeks, and that's Houston. I got tired of the humidity, dude. I left. If I go back down there, man, maybe I'll do it. I went to the cemetery where two of the kids he killed were buried, but I didn't look for their graves. I might go out there. I might do the video. I don't know, man. It's just too hot. It's just too hot. It's just too hot. Christian Longo story in Newport, Oregon. I don't know when I'm gonna go up to New Oregon. It's gonna be quite some time. Natasha Faulkner is in the building. FAULK NER, just in case you guys are wondering. In North Texas, Southern Oklahoma, it will get 103 at night. Dang, what the hell? What is that? What are you working under your car while it's running? Jeez Louise. Yeah, well, I am not trying to listen. In the summertime, when it starts hitting June, yeah, you will not catch me if in June and July and August, unless because I do, there is one thing I want to start doing, and I am going to start doing it. I want to start like flying around the country and just like get a place for a week, but already have my stories ready to go. Just go to a city. For instance, I would like to go, I don't know, like let's say if I'm in Michigan. If I'm in Michigan, I'd like to catch a flight down to Florida, do some videos, leave, fly back. I need to start doing that. But in the summertime, the most south you will catch me in the summertime is probably Tennessee, and I'm not even trying to go that much further than that because it just gets too. I mean, now my trailer, whenever I get that damn thing going, it does have AC, but still, it's just too hot. It's just too hot. I'm kind of cute when I'm mad. Oh, then you would really think I'm adorable in person. Yes. But thank you for the compliment. I appreciate that. Come to Danville, Illinois. I got a story in Danville, Virginia. This woman, Danville, Virginia. This woman, this guy's like in his house, and his dog comes in with a human leg. He's like, "What the heck?" And they call the police and they go searching, and then they find the other leg, but that's all they ever found was this girl's legs, and they did some kind of DNA thing, and they found out who it was, but her body's never been found. Danville, Virginia. But that's not what the story is. Do a story about the movie star. Wait, do a story about the movie star we have here and about Abraham Lincoln, Danville, Illinois. I would only want to do a vlog about a Danville, Illinois, if there was like some kind of, if there was at least a few crimes where I could do a dark side of. I haven't done a dark side video in quite some time. I think I'm done with the Galveston one. I don't know when that will actually. Yeah, I think I'm done with the Galveston one. I still got to start putting that together. And then I did a video, and I said I got to go back to Huntsville because I couldn't find his grave. I was wanting to contact somebody about giving me some assistance, but somebody was not very well. So I got to go back there and redo that. And by the way, I left a bird feeder at that cemetery, the Joe Bird Cemetery, and they stole it. I'm also probably gonna go back there to do a. I'm gonna do a. I don't want to do the video because I just don't like him. Henry Lee Lucas. I always go visit his grave. Not go visit, just walk past it. And I've been going to that cemetery for quite some time, and I never wanted to do a video about it just because, like, dude, Henry Lee Lucas is a lying scumbag. I can't stand that dude. And I was like, dude, you know what? I never ever want to do a video about him because he sucks. He just sucks. He's a freaking liar. He's ugly. He. The reason why I don't like Henry Lee Lucas is because people overdo him, and I'm just like, I don't want to do it because it's like, dude, he's a, he's just a douchebag, you know, and then, you know, the police were attributing murders to him that he never did. He was just saying he did the murders because, you know, he was getting like, they would give him like food and cigarettes and whatever he wanted. He's like, yeah, I killed that person. I killed that person. It's like, no, you didn't. You're just a douchebag. You killed your mom. Yeah, he definitely killed his mom. And I think the title to my video would be kind of catchy, you know, because she was a weirdo. She would like make him watch. His mom would, dude. Lucas's mom was a prostitute, and apparently, she would like turn when she would like have a date or turn a trick, whatever you want to call it. She would like make him watch. What a weirdo. I'd rather go visit her grave than his because he sucks. I don't want to do that stupid story. Listen, I'm only doing that. I would only do that video just for clickbait views. That's it. It's just an easy video. He's already right there. It actually would be more of a rant video because I can't stand when people talk about him. I'm just like, you know, I watched the when Bill Curtis did what was it? Not American Justice, but they did something about him. From the, I think they did it like in the late '90s, and I watched that a long time ago. But I'm just like, man, just this guy is just such a freaking losing. Just a guy that should be forgot. And it's not because he's a murderer. It's just because he's a liar. I hate liars. I hate people who lie. It's really weird. I hate him more for him lying than him killing his mom. This guy was just just a no account scumbag liar. But I probably will do the video later. Oh, Jimmy Dean Chorizo. That's actually kind of what do you call that? Jimmy Dean Chorizo. Isn't that like a oxymoron or something? With a $10 super chat, when back in Houston, please consider doing a story on the death of Esmeralda Alvarado. Also, prime suspects in the death of Laura Ayala. Murders involved were Eduardo Cubas and Walter Sorto. So Kale, if Kale, can you screenshot his comment, please? Esmeralda of Alvarado, also prime suspects. All right, I'll check it out. Thank you very much, Jimmy Dean Chorizo. It's kind of an oxymoron. I would rather take the chorizo, just my personal opinion. Give me a chorizo burrito with egg any day over Jimmy Dean. But shout out to Jimmy Dean too. Is Jimmy Dean still alive? I don't know. Anyways, I could get kidnapped in Nigeria. Not the way I dress. Dude, if I went to the way I normally dress, if I went to Nigeria, you would be putting 10 cents in my coffee cup. It's all bad. I'll have to try though, because since you can't take a gun on a plane, I'll have to like, I mean, if I were to go there, I'm definitely gonna hire security or something. I would probably look for a place where you can hire like a police officer to escort you around. You know, I'm not stupid. I'm not gonna just go there unless you give me a gun. I'm good. If I get a gun, if I could shoot you, pop, pop, get away from me. Other than that, you know, we'll see. I'll have my thing laid out for me if I ever do go over there. But thank you for the warning me of the impending kidnap. Yes. Yes. No, I'm gonna go anyways though. I am gonna go. I must be pretty behind on the comments. Sorry guys. I get behind. Too much STD over there in LA. Well, now I'm definitely gonna go now. I'm a condom. What's a condom? Since you're in Texas, how about you stop by Dallas and do the story on JFK assassination? I am not sure. I talked to Mobile Instinct to see if he wanted to do it or not. I don't know if he was I don't know if he was super. I don't know if he's going to be down here to do it or not. If he's not, I'm going to do it. If he is, we'll see. I forgot, because we're vastly different people when it comes to how we do video. So I would do it way differently. Not way differently. We're not that different, but different across the board. He actually just uploaded the video. Yep, I was watching the video for the first 2 minutes, and I got to finish it. He did a video about the bombing, the Boston, the marathon bombing. You guys should go check that out. So I was over there. When was the last time I was in Boston? Was it last year? So he told me that because he uploads not very much, and if there's a video that I want to do and he wants to do, he can go. I mean, because I upload anything, so I'm like, yeah, if there's no video, then I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm doing that video. Now, if I pretty much know what he'll want to do, so if we talk about it, he's like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. Yeah, I'm like, oh, go ahead, But I went up there to do a couple of different videos, and I was telling him, I'm like, dude, why don't you do this video about that molasses tower that fell? I forgot what year. It was like in the late 1800s. Like this tower of molasses. It was like somewhere in Boston. It like fell, and the whole like city got, not the whole city, but this whole neighborhood got like just tidal wave of molasses came, and it killed, like, I want to say it killed a lot of people. And I was like, dude, why don't you do that video? And he wasn't interested. I'm like, dude, you're crazy. I said, I'll do the damn video. There may not be like many pictures of it. It could have happened like in the 1850s where there's no pictures or whatever. But it's just, I'll just do it, whatever. But anyways, I ended up not doing it, but maybe I'll do it when I get back out there, whenever the hell that is. I don't know. Maybe Boston will be like one of those areas where I fly to, and I just like rent a car or get a hotel. Maybe, I get a hotel, and what I would like to do instead? How about I just rent a minivan and just sleep in it? That way I don't got to deal with a hotel. I don't want to get a hotel and then I got to go back to my hotel, and then I go 60 miles to go do a story, and I got to come all the way back and go all the way back. I don't like doing that. I like sleeping where I'm at and then waking up doing it, heading out. But what I will do in the future is I started doing the vlog, and I forgot why I didn't finish it, but those two guys, the Tsarnaev brothers, it was Tsarnaev and Dzhokhar, or Jakar, whatever his name was. So the one younger brother, this is what I remember just off the top of my head, he was actually getting kind of Americanized, right? And I think they both were. Like, they came from a very strict Muslim family. They were from I forgot what country they were from. So they immigrated to the United States, and I think they were both like, I want to say at least one of them was like kind of getting Americanized, and one of them was a boxer. I think it was the older brother. He was like, he'd work out. He was getting serious with the boxing thing, and all of a sudden, the older one converted into he became super Muslim. Like, he turned to Captain Islam. This guy was like, just like, oh, you must stop doing that. You must stop doing this. You must stop doing that. You must stop doing this. And this guy, he is the prime suspect in, I want to say it was a triple murder that happened in Boston. These three guys, they were selling marijuana out of their apartment. And it was the weirdest thing. Somebody like stabbed them all to death, I think. I think it was stabbing. And then whatever marijuana they had that they would sell, they took the marijuana and like sprinkled it all over their body. It was the weirdest thing. And he's the number one suspect, is the older brother. So I started doing the vlog on the murder. So I went to the apartment. It's like a house that's converted into apartments. So I started doing the vlog, and I don't remember what the hell happened, but it happens often enough where I don't finish it. I still have the video, I just don't finish it. I don't know if it got dark all of a sudden, and then I just said screw it. I went up to New Hampshire probably, and I'm probably just thinking I probably went up to New Hampshire and I just didn't want to go back. So I was like, I'll just come back next time and do it. So I'll probably focus on that unsolved triple murder that the guys partly to blame, or they feel because the guy, uh, they were friends, the older brother and the guy that was murdered. So who knows? Who knows? Am I coming to Arizona? No politics, guys. As I was ranting about politics earlier. I know that's my fault. I'm sorry. Arizona, probably towards the end of the year. It would, if I end up going to Arizona, it's, the only way I go to Arizona is okay. For instance, let's just say July, Arizona. I'm gonna have to rent a hotel. Like I can't sleep because in Arizona in July, like literally, this is only for you guys that have never been down there. If it's, let's say, July 30th, it's 105. At 2 o'clock in the morning, it's still going to be like 92, 93 degrees, and it will not cool down. It will stay. I don't think, I just don't believe in Arizona. I'm not talking about Flag. Flag is like, it'll cool down at night because it's high up in the elevation in the mountains, especially Tucson. But like Phoenix, Tucson, it will not. I doubt that the temperature ever goes below 85 degrees for 5 or 6 months. It's just, yeah, you can't. Now it's a dry heat, so it's not as debilitating as humidity, but it still sucks. So there's no way. You just can't. I can't do it. I've tried. I failed miserably. Yes. Charlie Pettis, Charlotte Pettis, with the $20 super chat. Thank you very much. Are you related to the UFC fighter Anthony Pettis? Actually, I think you guys spell your name differently. He spells his Pettis. You spell yours Pettes. Or could it be Pets or Pete's? I think it's Pettis. Charlie Pettis, the $20 super chat. Thank you very, very much. I know you didn't have to donate that a large amount of money. It's not large, but $20. That'll, $20 is. Well, $20 doesn't buy a lot anymore. But it doesn't matter. Thank you very, very much. It fills my gas tank, and then when I start drinking again, I'm gonna get really, really blitzkrieged. Thank you again. I appreciate it. Cali 33 with the Aussie $2.99, twice over. Oh, and then she raised the stakes to $14.99 Aussie from Cali 33. Thank you very much. Nicola's in the building. Happy Easter. Well, happy Easter to you and Cali 33. Happy Easter to both of you and everybody. It is happy Easter, right? Okay, what do we got right here? Okay, we got weirdo guy on a kid's bicycle creeping around. What is a grown man? We got a grown man. We got a grown man. Okay, now it looks like he has a work uniform on. So I'm gonna guess he has a job, because it looks like he has work shoes on. He's not. See, I see. This is really weird, because he's crazy. Because he's like doing this. He's like, yeah, what is he doing? I think he's doing drugs. He's smoking something. He's smoking a cigarette. He's smoking, is it a crack pipe or a cigarette? He has work clothes. Oh, it's a cigarette. Why does he keep doing this? He has like a tick. He's riding a child's bicycle. That's what's concerning to me. But he has work clothes on. It looks like he got off. Okay, so either he has, okay, does this guy work or is he nuts? I'm not sure. I'm keeping my eye on him though. Leah loves my channels. Well, thank you very much, Leah, with the $5 super chat. I appreciate it. Thank you very, very much. Thank you for the support. I appreciate it. as I keep my eye on this guy. If he didn't have a child's bicycle with him, I wouldn't even look at him. But he's like fidgeting. He keeps doing this. He's doing this. I don't know if that's like a tick he has. Yeah, he's doing this. He's doing it like every 3 seconds. Like I'll say when he does this, I'll say check, 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 check. Now he's drinking a beer, so that's not a check. But he's just drinking. Check, 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 check. Oh, he's smoking a cigarette. It's not really a check. Check. Come on, man, do it. Check. All right, I gotta keep my eye on him. The child's bicycle disturbs me because I want to know whose bicycle was that. Like you didn't go to a store and buy a child's bicycle. You're a grown man. If you need a bicycle, you would buy an adult-sized bicycle. Okay, you don't. I want to know. I want to know who he punched in the face to take that bicycle. Yeah. Anyways, Alan Burke, thank you very much, brother. Appreciate it. Thank you. Does Lamont read the comments? I do. I do on occasion. I try not to read. I mean, I try to read as many as I can. You know. You know. Why do people have to announce when they're leaving a chat? I don't know. I think maybe they don't want to be rude. Like maybe they don't want to, maybe they're not saying anything for like an hour or two, or they're just quiet and they're like, all right, guys, I'm leaving. Just want to be acknowledged. It's okay. Yeah, it's okay. Oh, thank you, Lisa. I appreciate it. I like the hat though. It keeps me from getting skin cancer. And plus, like, wearing a raggedy hat, it's kind of like my look. You know what I mean? Like having like no hat on a video, it always looks weird to me. It's because it's like my hat. It's like my thing. I know. So now this guy is stretching. What is this guy's deal? That bicycle cannot. That bicycle is so small. It's like, dude, why are you even having it? Like, it's got to be very uncomfortable to ride that bicycle. And then you gotta think, like, what happened in your life? What happened in your life to where I'm gonna guess he's like, I don't know, 30s, 40s. And I think about this, like, what happened in your life where you're drinking a beer at a Walmart parking lot? Well, I do that all the time. I don't care about the drinking. That's not. I'm just. What happened? How did you end up on a child's bicycle? Is what I'm wondering. That's my question. If it was any other bicycle, I would still look at him. Okay, now he's standing up. No, he's doing something with his pants. Is he peeing? No, he's not. Is he peeing on his bicycle? What the hell is he doing? Oh, he's getting ready to leave. Is he? Or is he getting ready to come over and kill me? I want to say it looks like he has work clothes on, but then he's like, this guy is like, he's high on crack. I'm trying to give you guys a play-by-play. I would show him, but I feel that if I were to show him on video, like he'll pull out his private parts and just start playing with his tallywhacker. So I don't want to get a strike. But what is this guy doing? It's like he's like looking around, tugging on his pants, and he's at his bicycle. So it looks like he's taken off, but he still has his beer. Okay, now he sat back down. Well, that was a bunch of wasted energy. I don't know. It was a whole lot of, I don't know. Houston, we have a problem with the $10 super chat. He had a message and it was retracted. Okay. I wonder what it said. Shame you're not in Utah right now. Jared from AWP is due to stand trial. He was actually supposed to be, I only know this because just by dumb luck in YouTube Shorts, somebody's video about him came up. So I guess he had a court date 2 days ago, but it was extended to the 19th. So I'm going to be doing another video about him. I'm going to be doing another video, but here's what I don't get about this POS and his channel. You know, what I don't get is, like, if you look at his, like, anybody want to go look at his channel right now, go to his views. His views have dropped considerably. I want to say his views have dropped about 75%. But he still gets good views on some of his videos, even though he has almost 3 million subscribers, which is funny because remember when he was at 2.82 million, and when all the stuff came out, like, it looked like about 50,000 people unsubscribed, and then it looks like he bought them all back. So he has a bunch of paid fake accounts. But if you look at his videos, the amount of comments don't match the views. For instance, you can compare my channel to theirs, even though I rather you not, because I don't want to be associated with a pig. But if you look at my views on my channel with the same amount, with the comments, the amount of comments, and look at his, look at a video that has like let's say a video has 100,000 views on both of our channels, his comments will be like 200 or 300. Mine will be like over 1,000. So sometimes it's 2,000, depending on what I was doing. So I'm kind of wondering if it almost seems to me that one of the two things have occurred. Either he's buying fake views, which could be very well the case. He's buying fake views, or he's deleting massive amount of comments. I'm not sure which one it is. So yeah, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. So that video should be out because I'm gonna want to talk about that very, very soon because something's going on right there. So yeah. Would I come back to Waco, Texas? Yeah, I mean, I wanted to do a dark side of Waco before I left. Actually, I just drove by there a few hours ago. Do I have a video? Is there a video? Like, I'm just thinking, is there a specific video in Waco? Oh, the Lake Waco murders. Yeah, I mean, I want to do that story. We'll see. I don't know. I might. Waco's a funny town. I don't know. I might go back down there. I'm not really sure yet. So we'll see. Back in the day, a friend of mine, Lenny, came up missing. He died about a half mile behind his mobile home down at the creek. Neighbor's dog had brought an arm and the skull to the house. Oh, that's creepy. Do you have anything to do with that, Too Tall? So, Psycho Sam, yeah, I did that vlog a while back. That was in Virginia. Brianna 25, long time no see. If you're back up as far as Central Illinois, you should do a dark side of Salem, or even better, Centralia. A whole lot of weird missing person cases, murders, and suicides. Centralia, Salem, Illinois. For me to do a dark side, yeah, there would have to be at least there's gotta be 4 stories I can talk about. I mean, the video has to, I'd like the video to be at least 20 minutes. I mean, I don't want it to be too long. You know, there are certain YouTubers there are certain YouTubers who will remain nameless that when they do their videos, boy, they really try to get that video super long. And I don't watch it. I just, I've seen their videos before where it'll be like a particular subject and it's like the video's like 35 minutes. It's like, dude, really? Did you really need to stretch that video out? Did you really need to get those extra commercials in? You freaking stupid. Yeah, there's some, yeah. Anyways, yes, I know. I know. Oh, it happened in 1919. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I don't know why he didn't want to do it. Maybe he did. Maybe he changed his mind. I don't know. He was there. I'm keeping my eye on this guy. Okay, this guy, it looks like he's done with his beer, but he's still doing the. He's on a little kid's bike. I don't get it. What? I wish I had a bike to give him so he could be a little bit more comfortable. I don't know. Allison Fiskor from Toronto. What's going on? How are we doing? And Janine from Long Beach in the house. Oh, you want to hear something funny? Speaking about Long Beach, this guy had a trailer for sale in Texas, right? I went to go look at it. It's a trailer he built himself. He did a really good job on it, but the trailer was it was way too heavy for this van. You needed like a bigger vehicle to tow it. Not that the trailer was big, it was just very heavy. But he did a really good job on building it. He was from Cambodia, and he immigrated to this country, I think in like the 70s or the early 80s. So he still had an accent. But he's about mid 50s, and he immigrated to Long Beach, and then he moved from Long Beach to Texas in like 7-8 years ago. And he was telling me that for a living, his family and him, they had a food trailer. And he was like, bro, he goes, it was so busy. He goes, we wouldn't stop from the time we opened to the time we closed. And then like he had a stroke about 2 years ago and he couldn't work anymore. So he's like on disability. And then his mom was getting older, and his mom calls him like earlier this year. She's like, I want you to come home. And he's like, all right. So he was renting a house, and so he sold his food trailers. He had 2 food trailers, they're gone, and he's selling that little camping trailer that he built himself, so him and his family can like go take trips. So we just started talking, and so I was like talking about how I always wanted to go to Cambodia. And then he was like, and I told him that I was looking for a trailer because, I need a place to live. And he goes, how do you make a living traveling? I said, I just do like vlogs on YouTube. He goes, man, I love YouTube. He goes, what's your channel? And I said, Lamont at Large. I go to like, crime locations and cemeteries and stuff. He's like, yeah. He goes, I love watching like YouTubers that live in their vehicles and they travel around, and the guy on the bicycle is gone. See, that bicycle is way too small for him. He's not even riding it. He's like just skipping with it. What a weirdo. Anyway, so we start talking about him moving back to Long Beach, and as a joke, and then I was totally joking. I said, hey man, when you move back to Long Beach, be careful about the Asian boys. It was a joke because like Asian boys is a real gang. Now, they are a gang, but they're not like known as a violent gang. It's weird. Like Asian boys don't go out committing crimes against other people unless they're warring against another gang. They don't go out like robbing people or stuff like that. I mean, a lot of Asian gangs, they commit crimes against their own. So they know that you're Asian and you own like a liquor store, they'll like home invade you or whatever. That's normally what they do. And so he says he says yeah, he goes it's not as bad as it was like in the early 2000s. He goes a lot of those guys they either he goes a lot of those guys they'll either go to prison for the rest of their life or they just start a family and they leave. And he said back in the 80s, he goes, I used to run with the TRGs. I was like, what? This little guy was a freaking gangbanger. He was from TRG. TRG is a it's like their number one enemy of Asian boys. It stands for Tiny Rascal Gang. It's a mostly Cambodian gang, but they let in all kinds of people. They let in they'll be like Vietnamese, Cambodian, Thai, Laotian, basically like Southeast Pacific people. They also got a couple black guys, white guys, so they pretty much let any whoever in. You don't got to be Asian to be from TRG. So I was like, it's so funny. I was like, you're from TRG? He goes, yeah. He goes, well, I was like one of the original ones. He goes, but most of them, man, they just stop. They grow older. They don't keep gang banging. It's something that we did when we were like, he said, man, he goes, when a lot of us came from like overseas, we're coming to Long Beach. He goes, man, we're getting bullied. He goes, man, he said, I went to junior high school in Long Beach. He goes, I'm 17, 18 years old, but they started me off like in the 10th grade. But I'm smaller than everybody because the guy was really small. And he said, man, he said the Mexican kids would bully us. So he said, I forgot who he said the name. He said the founder of TRG, blah, blah, blah. He's like, yeah, man, we gotta start he's like, man, we gotta start fighting back, man. We can't let these guys beat us up. And then they started, and he said that's exactly what happened. He said they started getting people in, and he said they started fighting back. He said that's how we became a gang. And then he goes, but you don't get an Asian kid that they're going to gangbang past 22. He's like, they turn 22, 23, 24. And by that time, if you're not in prison or, you see your friends and you just, you stop. So I thought that was so funny that this little guy is like in his mid 50s. You would never have thought that this guy was, in the 80s was a straight gangbanger. Weird. Yes. You missed me when I came to San Antonio because I didn't tell you. I secretly crept through San Antonio and then I checked out. I was actually thinking about going back down there only for one video. There was only one video. Several videos, but there was one in particular that I wanted to do. It had something to do with the Uvalde shooting. I'm not going to go out to Uvalde this time. I don't think I am, but we'll see. I have no idea. I'll have to think about it. I'm sure everybody's feeling fine. Waco biker shootout, already did it. I did that video a few years ago. Go visit David Koresh's grave. I already did that. I don't know which. David Koresh, that's on Lamont at Large. I did that a long time ago. His grave is all vandalized. I think people were like spray painting it and stuff like that. So, blah blah blah. Sydney Fields with the $5 super chat again. You don't have to do that. But thank you very much for the $5 super chat. And yeah, for sure, I will hit you up when I get back out there sometime in July. I hope your cooking is good. And if it's not, I will review it on my other channel and shame you. And I will give out your address so people can harass you. I'm just kidding. What is the initiation to get into TRG? I don't know. Run a 40-yard dash in under 20 seconds. I have no idea. I actually, I got a really. It's not a funny story, but it's a story that I wanted to do on Lamont on the Run because I want to start segueing. See, on that channel, I want to start segueing from like current events news, and I want to just start talking about like older murder stuff that has no business on Lamont at Large. But I had a funny story I'm going to tell on this channel. it's not really much of a story, but this guy, I was in jail in Las Vegas back in 2002. So I'm in jail. And at this time, I've already been in jail like 2 months. So this, so it's so funny when you're in jail, like I'm in these dorms, right? And there's probably like, oh, I don't know, like there's 60 people in a dorm. And every time like the door opens, you're always looking to see what new inmates are coming in. I guess people go see if they know them or whatever. And so these two dudes come in and they get their bunk. And one of the guys, he looks like he doesn't go to jail. It looked like that was his first time ever going to jail. Not that he was scared, he was just like. So a day or so passes, and his bunk is like close to mine. So he's just sitting on his bunk, kind of like just looking. He's like, and I was like, "Hey, what's going on, man?" And she's like, "Oh, it's nothing. What's going on with you?" I'm like, I said, "What are you in here for?" And he said, he goes, "Man, so me and my friend, they weren't together. Like his friend was in a different dorm, and he said, so me and my friend, we live in Orange County, like I forgot what part of Orange County, and he said we were like smoking, speed, and he goes, we got super high, and we went to steal a car, and we were like, let's go to Las Vegas." So they're smoking speed, and then they stole a car, and then they drove out to Las Vegas, and they're just high out of their minds, like looking for more dope to buy, and then they just got pulled over in a stolen car. And I said, "Oh, okay." And so we just started talking about whatever, and I'm like, "Yeah, I'm from Los Angeles. I'm from Hollywood." Oh, he goes, "Oh, no kidding." And so we just started talking about this and that, and he goes, "What are you in here for?" And I said, "Graffiti vandalism." He goes, "Oh man," I do a little bit of graffiti too. He goes, "I'll go tag my hood up." And I said, "Hood? Like neighborhood, like gang neighborhood?" And I said, he said, "You're in a," because this guy, he looked like a nice kid. Like he was maybe 22. He's about the same age as me at the time. He didn't look like a criminal. He had like no tattoos. He looked like just a clean cut kid. He goes, "Yeah, I'm from TRG." And I said, "You're from TRG?" I said, "You don't look like you're Asian." He goes, "No, my mom's Asian. My dad's white, so I kind of look more like my dad." He goes, "But my mom is from whatever country." And he goes, "Yeah, he goes, yeah, TRG." And we just started talking about all this TRG stuff, and I'm like, so like I said, "Who's your guys' biggest enemy?" He goes, ABZ. He goes, "I hate those guys." And he says, he goes, "Every time we see each other, it's, he goes, they shoot at us, we shoot at them. Every time we see each other, it's always a fight." He said, "Those guys, they think that they're big and bad because they got a lot of members in there, blah, blah, blah." And so he was like, "Hey, you want to get in TRG?" And I was like, no. But, hey, this guy was so cool. He was like, "Hey, man," he goes, "whenever you get out, man," he goes, "if you're ever around," he gave me his phone number. And, and then we didn't have Facebook, so it wasn't like I could, add him or whatever. He goes, "Hey, man, hit me up, man. If you're ever like in Southern California, man, we got to hang out, dude." He was a cool guy, man. I was like, I always, every now and then, whenever I see like something, if I start looking up gang stuff and I see like ABZ or TRG, I always think about that guy. I was like, he was a cool guy, man. I hope he cleaned his act up. And I hope he never went to prison or anything like that, because he was a really good, when you meet somebody and you could tell like they're an a-hole really quickly, which a lot of you probably would think at me, or like that they're a really good person. Like this, he was a really good person. He just smoked a bunch of meth and stole a car and went crazy and came to Las Vegas. But I hope he cleaned up his act. I hope he never. I hope he had the kids and a good life and all that stuff like that. Because, he was only in jail. He was only there like 5 days. But we would talk for like the 5 days. So jail is weird because it's like you do like get to know the people because you're living with them, and especially the ones that you're in there for a month or two. Like I remember this one guy, this Dominican guy, his name was Rafael. Cool guy. He's in there for drugs, whatever. He's probably maybe 30 years old. He was from the Dominican Republic. He lived in New York. He immigrated from the DR, went to New York. He was an East Coast guy. He came into Las Vegas, did drugs, whatever. Very cool guy, but don't like he had this weird thing. Like this one guy was like, "Oh man, shut up, MFer." He goes, "Don't call me that." To this guy, he's like, "Don't ever call me that." And dude, and because he was a really cool, chill guy, but he got really serious. And I later on I was like, "Dude, why'd you get so mad because he called you an MFer?" Because it was in a joking way. He didn't say like MFer if you. He goes, "Man, because he's telling me that I F my mom." And I thought about that, and I said, "That's true. He is insinuating that you are having sex with your mother. I mean, you clearly are not from the character that I've you know gauged from you over the course of several months that we've been living together in this jailhouse environment. I would believe that you do not, in fact, fornicate with your own mother." So I thought that was so odd. And then he got released, and I was kind of sad to see him go because like we hung like that was like I would play chess, talk to whoever, and then like we would just BS. He would just tell me about New York and what I forgot what he did for a living over there. I forgot what he did for a living in Las Vegas. Yeah, and then other guys that I kind of remember. Man, oh my God, I remember the first time I went to jail in Las Vegas. My cellmate was this crazy white dude. His name was like James or John or something like that. This dude was 18. I was 22. He was 18, 19. Let me tell you, he was crazy. I'm pretty sure he went back. I don't remember because they moved me to a different unit, so I didn't see him again. But I'm pretty sure he smoked meth now, is in and out of prison. But this was so funny. This is how bored we were. Guys, I kid you not. This is how bored we were and how immature we were. We were so bored. Like, cause like in the jail that we were at, we're locked in these little rooms for like hours. And then they would let us out for like, an hour and a half during the day and then like maybe 2 hours at night, and that's it. And then like every other day we're locked down all day. It was so boring. And he goes, so we're playing like, I forgot what game we're playing. We're not playing checkers. Oh, we're playing cards, like a card game. We're playing like war. And he goes, "Hey, how about this?" He said, the next game, whoever loses, you get a sandal, because we're wearing sandals. And we smack you on the back, bare back with a sandal. And I said, okay. So we're like playing war, or we're playing poker or whatever. And the loser, you're like, all right, take your shirt off, whap. And like we would scream, right? Like, ah! And then the CEO, like the police officer, he like opened his doors. "What are you guys doing in here?" And we're like, "Nothing." And then they looked at us and like they thought that we were so weird. And then when we came out later that night, like the same cop, he goes, "Man, I don't know what the hell you guys are doing in there, but you need to stop." Boy, we were bored and in pain, but those were the days. Solitary confinement. I've never got in trouble ever. Of all the time I've been in jail, never. Well, I mean, I got in trouble with other people in jail, but I'll save that story for a vlog, for a little story time vlog about the time I almost got beat up by the Southsiders. Yeah, guys, if you're ever going to go to jail in Los Angeles, here's a little bit of advice because I'm about to end the live stream right now because I want to start stuffing my face because I'm hungry. I know it's kind of late at night to eat. I haven't eaten eaten anything all day. I think I ate like a piece of bread with a piece of lunch meat. Let me say this before I end this live stream. If you are ever in jail in Los Angeles, don't ever try to think you're gonna fight one-on-one with somebody. It's not happening. You're gonna get beat up. And I didn't get beat up, but I almost did. So I learned the hard way. You know, don't try to fight people in jail. It's not worth it. So, anyways, okay, guys, 2 hours on live stream. I want to thank everybody for the thumbs up, the thumbs down, the negative comments, the positive comments. Thank you to Gone with the Kale for moderating and kicking out all the bad people comment person maker things. Thank you to all those who have donated. I appreciate it. I don't know when the next time I go live is. I try to go live out here once a week. I know I haven't been going live as much, but I don't know when that cop video will be up. I'm gonna put it together. I'll look at it. Maybe I might want to hold it over for a little while. I don't know. We'll see. But anyways, is there anything else I wanted to say? That guy left, right? The creepy guy on the little kid's bicycle. All right. Okay, guys, I'm out of here. Have a good night. And Jared 3530. Well, thank you very much. And Jennifer Z. Yes. Young Boy Better. And the rest. Leah. And Edgar Camacho. And Nicole. And Alan Burke. I was in lockdown 2 months of my 10-year sentence. 3 door behind me, and then a 10-foot room. We would walk around 1 hour a day in RCJ. Man, dude, you should call. Dude, hey, the Burke guy. Hey, listen, dude, you want to be on? Hey, you want to call in live tomorrow, man? I might go live on my other channel. You should. Why don't you call in and we could talk about your prison experience, if you want. If you wanna call in tomorrow, send me an email, tacobellcriminal@gmail.com, tacobellcriminal@gmail.com. That'd be kind of cool for you to call in. You can talk about your prison experience if you want. All right, guys, have a good night. Catch up with you later. Have a good one. Peace out. Ow, my leg.